Hey, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing okay today. Just some slow English for you to listen to. Yesterday, I went to do some shopping at the supermarket. I needed some food. I went in the evening, the early evening, because I wanted to wait until maybe there are fewer people in the shop. And the supermarket was actually quite nice and calm, not too hectic, full of people and busy, which I thought was perfect. How about you? Do you prefer to go shopping at a particular kind of time during the day or night? I don't really have a favourite time, a favourite kind of time, but maybe the evening seems a bit more relaxed and quiet, I have found. Fewer people, less rushing around. You know when there are lots of people in the shop and it's easy to be in the way of someone, or someone else is kind of in your way. You want to get something from a shelf and someone is there and you can't easily get that item. You have to wait, which is fine normally, I think. But you know when maybe you are waiting, but then you seem to be in someone else's way now. And so it all gets a bit mad because nearly everyone is in each other's way. And there is you, there is a shopping trolley or a shopping basket. Everything is getting crowded in the supermarket, especially when the aisles, the sections, like rows, the aisles in the shop are quite narrow and quite small. Okay, sometimes a nightmare for some people. Well, luckily, last night when I went shopping, it was not chaotic. It was all okay. The first thing I looked for was some bananas. I was quite indecisive. I couldn't easily decide how many bananas I wanted to buy. So I was picking up a few and I put them into my shopping trolley. And I thought, I think that amount will be enough. But then I thought, well, actually, that's quite a lot of bananas. So I started to put a few back onto the shelf. But I noticed that the bananas were a bit smaller than usual, maybe. I thought, okay, put a few more into the trolley again. I think I actually do need more. Constantly putting bananas into my trolley and then putting them back, then putting some back in and going back and forth. So I thought, okay, this could start to look a bit strange. Let's just make a decision. But then I did notice that I had chosen a lot that were a bit green in colour, maybe a bit too green. So again, I thought, maybe I will not take those bananas. Maybe they will take too long to get yellow, to get ripe. The next decision, I walked past the coconuts, but I was quite decisive at that moment. I just thought they might be rotten, so no, I won't buy one. A shame, because I would like to buy a coconut. But yeah, I sometimes get a bad, a rotten one. So I am then disappointed. I won't take that big risk today. I will not risk a rotten coconut. The next thing I wanted to buy was cheese and some butter. They are in the same kind of area, in the same aisle of the shop. But you know when you think you now know where an item is, but you still go down the wrong aisle, the aisle next to the one you want. Some food items like cheese, butter, milk, meat, yogurt, they are maybe all in a similar area across a few aisles. The fridge section, maybe. This is also making me think of something to do with the position, the location of items in a shop. Do you ever see something and think, why is that there? Why did they decide to store that item in this aisle? Maybe a cleaning product or a gardening product next to cake. I'm sure I've seen something random like that. Have you? But why not? I guess I noticed it. So the shop wants us to notice it, hey? Okay, so I was in the cheese and butter aisle looking for a particular cheese. I wanted some halloumi. Maybe you like halloumi, but I could not see any in the fridge. I was looking and looking and looking because you never know if it is actually there, but you just can't see it at the moment, right? And while I was looking, I heard someone suddenly say, "Sorry." I looked and they had just maybe knocked into my trolley. I realised I had straight away, immediately, also said sorry. They first said sorry, and I instantly replied, "Sorry." something comes out of your mouth without thinking that much. So even though I did not really maybe do anything inconvenient, I also said sorry. But who knows? Maybe I was in that person's way. Maybe I was in someone's way. See, the shop can be quite empty, but you still maybe manage to be in someone's way. Anyway, the halloumi, I could not see any. And I thought, okay, I could just ask a member of staff, a shop assistant, but I decided, oh, decision, another decision is happening. I decided I am not going to ask someone because I am actually getting too cold in this aisle, in the fridge section. Who cares about the halloumi at this point? I'm too cold now. Do you sometimes just feel cold in a shop? I definitely do. So I thought it's okay. I can get warmer if I go over there to the back of the shop because there is a kind of heater. It's like a not oven, but heater that keeps some food like meats, chicken, things like that. It keeps them warm, and you can sometimes, well, I sometimes just stand next to it to warm up a bit. Wondering, does anyone notice I'm using that thing, that machine heater oven thing to warm myself up? Sometimes I even pretend that I am looking at the items, at the chicken. I'm not. I'm just trying to warm up. That reminds me, once I was really cold. My feet were really cold as well. So I went to one of those meat heaters and I took off my shoe and tried to hold my foot up behind me towards this heater to try to get a warmer foot. But that's another story. You haven't done something like that as well, have you? Maybe you are usually warm enough in the shop. Okay, so the heater was now not on, unfortunately. It was only 7 o'clock-ish, so I was quite surprised. Are people not buying their warm meat at around 7 p.m? Obviously not. Or maybe it was just broken. Who knows? So I thought, warm thoughts. You are not cold. It is nice and warm in here. Keep going. Next, I wanted to get some eggs. I got to the egg aisle and I noticed that some eggs were broken. They were smashed and the shelf was wet and full of broken eggs. Suddenly, I smelt something not great. Yeah, the egg smell was quite strong. I should say the rotten egg smell was quite strong. And so it was a bit of a challenge to get the box of eggs that I wanted quick enough so that I could escape that smell and leave that area. I thought maybe the staff, the shop assistants, don't yet know about the rotting eggs, the awful smell. So I thought I will just let a staff member know. I said, I don't know if you know already, but there are some broken eggs over there. And this person said, yeah, that will get cleaned when the new delivery of eggs comes. Interesting. I thought, how long will the delivery take? What if the delivery is tomorrow or in a few days, will the whole shop stink of rotting eggs? Oh well. But oh yeah, while I was getting my eggs from the shelf, I realised I was speaking in a different language. I was saying a few words. Do you sometimes find you maybe say a word or a few words in a different language, in a particular language, in those moments maybe where you feel a strong feeling, emotion? For me, I think it was that I wanted some fresher air. Then I was looking at my phone to check my shopping list. I don't often have a shopping list, but this time I did. How about you? Do you like making a shopping list? Or do you just keep it in your head? Or maybe you just sometimes forget the things you actually needed. Are you a shopping list kind of person or a no shopping list kind of person? Okay, I was holding my phone in one hand and moving the trolley with my other hand. I realised steering the trolley with one hand was actually quite challenging, especially the moment I was moving into a different direction and I accidentally blocked a person. At that moment, I said, "Oh, sorry." That was a perfect sorry moment. I think I said, "Oh, one-handed trolley driving, never easy." And they were fine, but I liked their patience, just waiting for me while I was struggling with my phone and trolley at the same time. When I finished shopping, I went out of the supermarket and it was raining quite heavily. Oh no, my shopping is going to get a bit wet. And then the second reaction was, okay, it's not that bad. So I walked outside, but I heard a car alarm was going off quite loudly. Maybe the rain made the alarm go off. I don't know. But you know when there is a lot of noise and you suddenly start feeling a bit, I don't know, a bit impatient, maybe. You don't feel as patient and relaxed, and you start feeling things are a bit chaotic or something, and a bit stressful. And maybe because of the chaotic feeling in the air, when I returned my trolley into it's a trolley park, the trolley shelter. My trolley was the only trolley there, and I just pushed the trolley into that area, kind of carelessly, not with that much care. But I thought, it's raining, gotta go. But really, it would just have taken a few extra seconds of my time to put the trolley a bit more neatly and straighter. It probably didn't actually matter much. I just felt a bit lazy that I didn't put the trolley nicely and more straight. It made me think, when it rains, do we sometimes suddenly start to act differently because we are rushing and not taking our time as much? Well, that was a shopping experience yesterday. Shopping can be quite eventful sometimes. What do you think? Well, I'm excited to hear about you. Have a great day, and I can't wait to see you soon.